guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. Hi, my name is Sam. If you are new and if you are not yet subscribed, hit that little red subscribe button down below. Be part of the family here at the Southern Rustic. I'd love to have you. But anyways, it is a gorgeous day outside today and I cannot wait to get my booty back outside and enjoy the rest of the day. But first, we're going to be making a creamy risotto with peas and bacon. It is absolutely delicious. I'm going to make just some regular grilled chicken to go along with it and some air fried asparagus. I will show you how I make that at the end of this video, but first let's go over the ingredients and we'll get started. Alright guys, this is absolutely everything you're going to need for this recipe. It's very easy, very simple, but it's very delicious. You're going to love it. So we're going to start off over here. You're going to need some arborio rice. Now this is an Italian style rice. It's got a lot of starch in it, so it makes it really nice and creamy when it cooks down. I've got some parsley. Now normally I add fresh thyme, but I could not find any fresh thyme anywhere, so we're opting for dry thyme. It doesn't really matter. So I've got some of that. Chicken broth, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of olive oil, some water, salt and pepper, some peas, onion, lemon. You can use the bottled lemon if you don't want to use or can't find any fresh lemon, but I always use fresh lemon in this, but it doesn't really matter. Use what you got on hand. Some cream cheese. Normally I do mascarpone, but I do tend to switch it up a little bit. Today we're going to be using cream cheese, but if you want to use mascarpone, that is fine. Or you can add in about 1/4 cup of cream, and it will work just fine if you don't want to add either one of those. And I've also got some bacon that I've just got diced up. So I'm going to get you guys set up, ready to go, and we are going to get this going. Okay guys, so I've got my chicken broth back here on the stove. I've got it over low heat because I just want it to stay warm, so that way when we add it to the rice later, it'll be nice and hot. But first we want to go ahead and add in our bacon to our skillet, and we're just going to cook this up until it's to your likeness. If you want it chewy, take it out when it's chewy, or if you like it crunchy, take it out when you get it all nice and crunchy. So I am just going to go ahead and cook this bacon until it's completely cooked through and to my likeness. I got a little bit of parsley right there, but that's fine. And I'm just going to take it out and put it on a paper towel lined plate, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so my bacon is nice and crispy. I'm just going to take it out and put it on a paper towel lined plate. Now, if you don't want bacon to be the predominant flavor of this dish, I would suggest removing this bacon grease. Now, you don't have to throw out your bacon grease. You can save it and you can add it to many dishes, and it will add tons of flavor. But I don't want bacon to be the predominant flavor of my risotto. So I am going to pour this into a little heat-safe dish, and I'm going to let it cool. And then I'm going to put it in the rest of the container with my bacon grease. Because if you're Southern, you already know we save our bacon grease. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you right back here in just a second, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I removed a good majority of that bacon grease to a little dish. I'm just going to add just a little bit of olive oil to my pan. Not much, maybe about a tablespoon. I'm going to head and add in my onion right in there, and we're just going to cook this onion down until it's nice and tender. And then we will move on to the next step, which is adding our rice. So I'll meet you back here in just a sec. Okay guys, so our onions are nice and tender and looking good. I added a little bit of pepper, not much. There's a little bit of salt in the bacon, so I didn't add any salt. So now we're just going to add in our rice. We're just going to toast this up for, I don't know, 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, just until it gets a little nice golden tan. And then we will start adding in our chicken broth. Okay guys, so my rice is getting nice and toasty. If you can see, it's got a little bit of brown bits starting to form. And keep your heat on medium-low to low heat. You don't want to jack up that heat because you will definitely burn your rice and that will not taste good. So what I've got in here is my water and my lemon juice. I just squeezed the lemon juice in the water, gave it a little stir. We're going to add that to our rice and then we're going to let it completely absorb this liquid before we add in any chicken broth. Now, be very careful when you add in your liquids to your rice because it will definitely steam up like it just did. So be mindful of your hand. You don't want to get burned because that will not be good at all. And it doesn't take long for that to absorb that rice. See, or absorb the liquid. See, there's no liquid there. So we're going to add in just a couple of ladlefuls of this chicken broth. Do not rush this process because if you do, you will not have creamy rice and it will not be risotto. So don't rush it. It's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to get all of this rice to absorb the broth, but just be patient and let the rice do its thing. Okay, so my rice is definitely not done yet. It's still got a way to go. But since I'm using dry time, I'm going to go ahead and add in some now. So that way it has time to release its flavor. You don't need much. And then I'm just going to cook this the rest of the way. And then I will meet you back here when the rice is all nice and tender and completely absorbs all of the liquid. Okay guys, so it's been about 25 minutes or so. And my rice is nice and tender. I gave it a taste and it tastes absolutely delicious. Now, one thing to know with making risotto is if you need more liquid, add a little bit at a time. So that way you make sure that your rice is completely cooked through and nice and creamy and tender. And it just sounds beautiful. It smells amazing and it tastes even better. It's nice and creamy. So now I'm just going to add in my cream cheese. You don't need much at all because you don't want it to have that cream cheese. And I've got my heat still on low and I'm just going to give this a mix in, and this is just going to make it even more creamy and more delicious. Just make sure that you do not turn your heat up or you will burn your risotto and it won't be nice and creamy. It will have that burnt taste to it and that is just not delicious. But listen to that creaminess. If you can hear that, That is music to my ears right there. I always have an extra pot of, or I have extra chicken broth in the pan, so that way if I need extra I can just add more. But that is nice and creamy and it smells amazing. So we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So I've got my peas here. You can use fresh or frozen, or whatever you have on hand, that's fine. Just add that right in there. I'm going to add my bacon back in. I'm going to give this a stir really quickly because I want those peas to stay nice and bright and vibrant. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my heat off. Oh, that sounds so good. I love this right here with some grilled chicken and a vegetable on the side. Absolutely delicious dinner. Just be patient when you make risotto. And now we're just going to add in our Parmesan cheese. Don't need too much because you want it to have just a slight taste of Parmesan cheese and you don't want it to be too overpowering. Plus you could top the top of it with more Parmesan cheese. Oh, that looks absolutely delicious. And that creaminess. What? So I've got that in there. I'm going to save the parsley to top on the top of it when we plate it up in our serving dish. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. First, I'm going to taste this really quick just to see how the flavors are and if I need to add any more salt. That is absolutely delicious. It doesn't need anything else. You can add more salt and pepper if you want. It's got a nice fresh lemony flavor, a nice peppery kick from the pepper. It's creamy. The bacon and the peas are crisp and crunchy. Absolutely delicious. Okay guys, so here's my chicken. I'm just going to do some tenderloins, chicken breast tenderloins. The only thing that is in here is garlic, minced garlic. You can add however much you want, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, some fresh parsley, and it marinated for about 20 minutes. And I'm going to grill that on my grill pan. In here is just some asparagus, and it's just got a little bit of salt, pepper, and some olive oil. I'm going to fry that up in the air fryer. And yeah, I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all plated up. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And as usual, you can find my website link down in the description box below. It says my blog. Just click that link and you can find this recipe or any of my other recipes there. Also, they will be pinned in the comment section as well, so you can find them there. I like to have them in both places, so that way if you can't find it in the description box below, you can always look on my comment section. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.